and there's the movie. 2 tickets, please, said the man with the yellow hat. As they walked through the lobby, the smell of popcorn made George hungry. But when he stopped in front of the concession stand, his friend said, "Let's find our seats." Yeah, see, there's the popcorn. And there's George and the man in the yellow hat. First, the movie is about to begin. Inside the theater, they found 2 seats right in the front. Look, right there in the front row. The man with the yellow hat whispered, "George, I'll go get some popcorn now. Stay here and watch the movie, and please stay out of trouble." George promised to be good. George was enjoying the movie when all of a sudden a big dinosaur jumped on the screen and made George jump right out of his seat. Look at George is jumping out of his seat. George was curious. Was he the only one to jump out of his seat? He looked around. He was the only one who jumped out of his seat. Looking around, George saw a bright light coming from a little window back in the theater. See the bright light? Was that what made the movie appear on the screen? Though he had promised to be a good little monkey, sometimes he forgets. And soon George was at the back of the theater. But the window was so high that even a monkey could not climb to see through it. See how high George couldn't see there. Usually there's a room behind a window, thought George. But could he get inside? Then he saw the door. George raced up the stairs, and he peeked inside. He saw a strange machine spinning wheels, and it was making the light that came through the window. Now he could see how the movie worked, but when he stepped into the room, George was surprised to see a boy sitting in the chair. See the boy sitting in the boy was surprised to see a monkey standing in his room. He was so surprised he jumped right out of his seat and knocked the wheels right off the machine. Look at that, the wheels came off. Downstairs in the theater, the audience began to shout and stomp their feet. They wanted to watch the movie. But when the movie was all over, George felt awful. The movie had stopped, and he was all at fault.
Okay, just set it next to him. There you go. Good job. Thank you.
See George here? This is no place for a monkey, the boy said, working quickly, so why don't you wait by that window? George was the audience in a big blank screen. When he moved in front of the light that was coming from this machine, he saw a shadow down below. This reminded George of a trick. So he arranged his hands just so, and a bunny appeared on the screen. And then George made a dog, and a duck, and another dog. "It's a puppy," someone from the audience shouted. Joined in. "It's a bird." George made a bird. Then they said George made this bird fly away. Then the audience saw George's shadow up on the screen. They were delighted. "It's a monkey!" a child yelled, and the audience laughed and clapped. "This is better than a movie," said a girl to her friend. Just as George's tricks, the boy announced that the movie was ready to go. The audience cheered, "Yay for the movie!" Once for the movie and once for George. The audience was still cheering when the man with the yellow hat ran into the room. "I thought," George, he said, and he apologized to the boy for the trouble George caused. See the man in the yellow hat and the boy and George. "He did give me a scare," the boy said, "but thanks to his hand shadows, everyone waited patiently for the movie to be fixed." Then the boy restarted the movie, and he said, "Would you like a treat for your performance, George?" he asked. before the dinosaur appeared on the screen again, George and the man with the hat were back in their seats with popcorn.
Yummy.
The end.